Welcome back, everybody. Tomorrow marks Women's Equality Day, commemorating the certification of the 19th Amendment and honoring the generations of women who fought for the right to vote.
Now an effort is underway to create the first monument on the National Mall dedicated solely to women. And Texas played an important role in the story of women's suffrage. So joining us now is Anna Laymon, the president and CEO of the Women's Suffrage National Monument Foundation. Anna, welcome to our show and thanks for being with us today.
Hi, Avery. Hi, Will. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, we so appreciate it. Tell us more, though, about what went into creating this first monument that would go on the National Mall dedicated to women.
Oh, I'd love to. So, on the National Mall today, there are 40 monuments, memorials, and statues. 22 of those are dedicated to singular men, 10 to military and war history, and the list goes on. But of those 40, 0 are dedicated to celebrating our foremothers and American women's contributions to our democracy. But all of that is about to change with this monument that we're building.
Okay, so the proposed location is Constitution Gardens, that's at 19th and Constitution Avenue. So explain a little bit for people who it's maybe not registering quite yet. Why is that location especially meaningful?
Well, and listen, Avery, it's not just the proposed location, it is the location. So this monument will be located at 19th Street and Constitution Avenue in Washington, D.C., tucked right in between the reflecting pool, World War II, the Vietnam Wall, and the White House, right in the heart of the National Mall, right in the heart of our most visited national park in the United States. And as you pointed out, Avery, that location is really symbolically significant because this will be a monument to the 19th Amendment to the Constitution, the 19th Amendment, which guaranteed women's constitutional right to vote. So where better to put it than at the literal intersection of 19th and Constitution in Constitution Gardens in the heart of the National Mall.
Seems very apt indeed. Well, I wanted to ask you as well about the strong Texas connection that there is to the suffrage movement. So what role did Texas women play in the fight for voting rights?
Well, none of your viewers are going to be surprised to hear this, but Texas women came out strong in support of suffrage. And in fact, Texas was the first state in the South to ratify the 19th Amendment. That is a pretty proud history.
So talk about, a proud history, of course, Texas playing a big role, but so many women over the years who worked and made this, really their mission in life. So many women whose names are not necessarily familiar to people at home today. So, how do you make sure this monument recognizes all of those women and lift their story up to people who are watching this monument progress?
I love that question. I talk to my daughter about this a lot. She's 6, and there are a few suffragists whose names she knows. Susan B. Anthony, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Mary McLeod Bethune. And one of the conversations that she and I have often is that this monument is for those women. It is for those leaders, those great American heroes, those change makers who led this movement. But it is just as much for the millions of women whose names we don't know. Like my grandmother, like my great-grandmother, who is never going to get written about in the history books, but who was strong, who was perseverant, and who represented the American spirit in all the ways that matter. And in Texas, you have endless, incredible stories about women just like that. Some whose names we remember, but so many more whose names are not going to land in the history books, but who deserve to be recognized and honored for their bravery, for their courage, and for making our democracy stronger. I mean, even just in Austin, the Austin Woman Suffrage Association has this deep, rich history. We wouldn't have the 19th Amendment without that group of women. It is such proud, great American history that is absolutely worth telling, worth preserving, and worth celebrating.
Right, truly great history there. I know a lot of people at home who are hearing you talk about this, Anna, and they're thinking, I'm so excited about this, and you all are wanting some of them to be able to share ideas with you as this monument moves forward. So talk about how people can do that.
So right now, Will, we are in the middle of our Monumental Ideas campaign, where we are inviting every American to share their monumental ideas with us. We're making history here in a lot of different ways. We're the first monument on the National Mall dedicated to American women's history. We're the only organization to have the honor of being chaired by every living First Lady. And we are also the first and only monument on the National Mall to start the design process with a call to the American people. Send us your ideas. Visit womensmonument.org and share with us what you hope this monument can be, what you hope it will be. My daughter, she drew this really cute picture of Susan B. Anthony, right? That was her submission. But then we also have these incredible submissions from all across Texas. We have one from a woman named Jill, where she drew a picture of a bench and she simply wrote, I hope that this monument has a place for multiple generations to sit because I want to bring my grandmother and I want to bring my daughter, and we're going to need a place to take a family photo. And isn't that just perfect for what this monument can be and will be for women and all American people? So visit womensmonument.org and send us your monumental ideas. We want to hear from you, and we are going to take those monumental ideas, hand them over to our professional design team so that the ideas that the American people share with us now will be infused into the very heart of this monument that we're going to build.
Wow.
Thanks to Jill for that, to your daughter for her drawing, and Anna, thank you to you and everybody at the foundation for the work you're doing to make this a reality. We can't wait to see it come to fruition.
Absolutely. Thanks y'all very much for the time.